This conference will
Okay, so today we are going to be starting with Python programming. So basically, we need to get to understand what is this Python. I will write a definition about Python. Basically, Python is general purpose, dynamic, object oriented. Python is general purpose, dynamic, object oriented, famous programming language. So with Python can be utilized or can be used for multi-purpose. Multi-purpose. What is this multi-purpose? Python can be utilized in the web development. Web development backend part. And one more point, Python can be utilized in data science, machine learning, deep learning. Python can be utilized in IoT. Python can be utilized in blockchain development. Python can be utilized in desktop applications. Python can be utilized in ERP application. ERP. Python can be utilized in console applications. Python can be utilized in gaming. Python can be utilized in desktop applications. Yes, that already done. Mobile applications. Python can be utilized in cloud applications like Azure, AWS, GDB, GCP, Google Cloud Platform, AWS from Amazon, Azure from Microsoft, GCP from Google. So Python is going to be a general purpose programming language. It is going to be utilized for multiple programming patterns, multiple programming scenarios. With Python, you can able to do the web application development. With Python, you can able to do the data science related applications. Python can be utilized in machine learning. Python can be utilized in deep learning. There are multiple kind of libraries which are going to be available for the web development. So one is the Django, one is the Flask, one is the Fast API in the part of the web development. Coming to the deep learning, coming to the data science, Python can be utilized with TensorFlow, Keras, Scikit-learn, Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, and SciPy. There are multiple kind of libraries which are going to be available part of the data science, and data science nothing but machine learning and deep learning. So IoT, some of the concepts, some of the libraries which are available. Blockchain, some of the concepts, some of the libraries available. Desktop applications, GUI you can able to develop with Python. And ERP applications, Python is available. Console application, Python is available. Gaming application, Python is available. Mobile application, most of the time, Kiwi is the framework which is going to be available. And one more kind of concepts, Python can be utilized in big data, Hadoop, SciPy, sorry, PySpark, Hadoop applications also you can able to develop using with Python. Python is available everywhere. Python is available everywhere in IT. So that is the very reason this is the topmost programming language in the world. And everybody have to know, understand about the Python programming. Python is simple. One more point we can write, Python is simple. Python is simple. Basically, Python files are going to be saved with .py format. Python is interpreted programming language. Python is interpreted programming language. Python is dynamic typed programming. It means what? No need to take data types for variable declaration. Python is dynamic typed. No need to define any variable like int, float, char, string, all these things, bool, all these things. And Python is interpreted programming, not compiled programming. Python, there is no compiler. Python programs are executing with the interpreter. And programming patterns, programming procedures or process. There are two kind of programming in Python. One is a command line application, command line process. One is a bash line process. So what is this command line process? What is this bash line process? In command line process, line by line execution, you can able to execute the Python. Line by line execution. That is command line process. Bash line process, need to save the files used with .py format and execute application once. This is the bash line process. Python programming can be written in two type of procedures and formats. One is the command line process, one is the bash line process. Bash or batch, I don't know, bash. So command line process is line by line execution. Bash line process is save files using with the .py format. Then you can able to execute the complete programming at once. There are two kind of processes. And install Python. How to install Python? Very important. Installation of Python. Python is available in python.org. Before writing the programming, we need to install Python in our system. How to install Python? Just go to python.org. Everybody do this today. Everybody please do this today. First install Python on your machine. Either you are going to be using a Windows machine, Mac machine, Linux machine, any machine. First of all, you need to download Python and install Python in your machine. How to download, how to install? Just go to the website, the first point. Open browser, search for this. And second point, go to download option, check your operating system, click on download. Can you see one more time? Go to downloads option, check your operating system and install. Next point, second point, go to downloads, check your operating system and click on download button. And go with the recommended version. Don't go for the advanced version, beta version. Just download the recommended version. Can you see? Go to downloads. So my system is the Mac system. So this is the recommended version I have. Go with the downloaded recommended version. If you want to install old Python, you can go with the view all list of downloads. When you see view list of all downloads, the old version of Pythons you can able to see. Python 3.9, 3.8, 3.7, 3.6, Python 2 also there, I think so. Python 2 also there. When you go with this. Python 2.6.4. So software and when this particular software released, the date also available. So the latest version which is going to be available now, the last version is 3.10.1. When this was released, December. The latest version of the Python you have to go. The latest version of Python is 3.10.1. December 6th, 2021. This was released. Very new version. So please install Python first. After that, editors for Python. Editors for Python. There are multiple kind of editors you can go with the Python. In your operating system, after installing Python, we need to install editors. The first editor, whatever the editor you have, that is Notepad, you can go with the Notepad. And second editor, you can go for the Notepad++. And third editor, you can go for the Sublime Text. Sublime. Fourth editor, you can go for Brackets. Fifth editor, you can go for Atom. And you can practice Python code with Eclipse. These are the basically text editors. Text editors. And some of the IDEs which are going to be available, one is the Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code. Wait. These are the text editors. These are the text editors. Then after that, we are having multiple IDEs also available for Python. The first IDE, common IDE, people will use Visual Studio Code. And one more IDE which is going to be called PyCharm. And one more IDE which is going to be called IDLE. IDLE which is going to be having by installation of Python. By installation of Python, you can see this one. By installation of Python software. By installation of Python software, you can able to see the IDLE. IDLE is what? Integrated Development Environment. Lightweight, sorry. Integrated Development Lightweight Environment. Lightweight environment. That is basically called IDLE. You can practice your Python code with Notepad, Notepad++, Sublime Text, Brackets, Atom, Eclipse, and you can go for the different kind of IDEs. Visual Studio Code is one IDE. Why? Because Visual Studio Code having lot of plugins available, extensions available. Next, one more thing is PyCharm. PyCharm is the official Python IDE. Official Python IDE. And one more is the IDLE. IDLE is going to be Integrated Development Lightweight Environment by installation of Python. By installation of Python, you can able to see this. And the next one more is famous one, Anaconda Navigator. Anaconda Navigator is basically environment. Anaconda Navigator environment. Anaconda is combination of editors. Combination of IDEs, sorry. Combination of IDEs. There are multiple IDEs which are going to be available in Anaconda. The first IDE is Jupyter. Jupyter is web IDE, which means it will run through browser. And one more is Spider. By Anaconda, you can able to see PyCharm. By Anaconda, you can able to see VS Code. And there are multiple other things also there, but these are the famous things. By installation of Anaconda, you can see all these editors, IDEs. Spider is one IDE, PyCharm is one IDE, VS Code is one IDE, Jupyter is one IDE. Jupyter is basically web-based IDE, browser execution. Output will be in the browser. Web means browser, right? Output will be in the browser by the Jupyter notebook. Jupyter notebook. So these are the multiple kind of editors where you can write your Python code. Where you can write your Python code. So first of all, we have the Python already installed. So let me save this desktop and I will prepare a new folder 1130 Python. So let me create a new folder today 4 by. Okay, so this will be the notes. So today what you people have to do, everybody please install Python in your machines. Then after that, go with IDLE first. Go with IDLE. IDLE is the best editor. Then go with the Jupyter. If anybody want to go with the Jupyter also you can. But if you want to install Jupyter notebook, sorry, if you want to install Anaconda Navigator, you need to be having 8 GB RAM in your machine. Check your machines if it is available with 8 GB RAM or not. If it is not 8 GB RAM, Anaconda Navigator is bit slow. Anaconda Navigator is bit slow. So that is the why reason. First of all, check your machine is going to be having 8 GB RAM or not. If it is 4 GB RAM, SSD hard disk, it will work. It will be fast. 4 GB RAM SSD, it will be fast. But 4 GB RAM HDD hard disk will be a bit slow. So let me install Python. So already I installed Python. Can I open Python now? Terminal. Python version. So I got Python open. Basically 2.7 coming here. Now Python exit. Control D to exit. Python 3. Python 3 is not exist. Okay, fine. Let me open with IDLE. This is IDLE. IDLE is integrated development lightweight environment. So let me open this. So through IDLE, we can able to write our Python code in two different ways. One is the command line, one is the bash mode. So command mode nothing but line by line execution. So my latest version of Python is 3.9.5. So let me go with the help. Okay, help function. So welcome to Python 3.9. This is your first time using Python. You should be definitely check out your tutorial into that docs. You can able to see the number of docs over there. If you want, you can go with the docs. He's telling. So Python is going to be having very good documentation. If you want, you can go for the documentation. Docs you can go for. When you go to docs, you will be having a lot of docs available. Reference of Python. The latest version is 3.11. Huh? What is the development version? Don't go with the development version. Go with the stable version. What is the stable version now? 3.10. Just go with the 3.10. And there are a lot of concepts which are going to be available for the Python. You can go for the different kind of Pythons. And tutorial you can go for. Tutorial you can go for. There are a number of concepts which are going to be available inside Python. How many number of concepts which are going to be available? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16 concepts are there. By docs, you can able to read Python very well. But don't touch docs right now. Don't touch docs right now. Later you can check. For example, with Python, I want to check with the numbers. You can go with the numbers here. There are multiple programs which are going to be available based on the Python numbers. There are multiple programs which are going to be available by the Python strings. A lot of concepts which are going to be available. So later you can check with the docs, but not right now. Okay, let me write some Python code. Let me write some Python code now. Can I write some Python code now? Ideally open. Ideally open. Ideally. Integrated development lightweight environment. Got stuck, huh? So a lot of applications are running. So this is my IDLE where I can able to write my Python code. So how to write Python code? So print hello Python. Hello. That's it. So what is the output for this? Hello Python. Hello Python. So immediately three arrows are coming. Three arrows are nothing but you have to give the input. Whenever you come, you get with the three inputs, three arrows. That is what actually input you have to take. So let me go with x is equal to 10. What is x value? Y is equal to 20. What is the y value? X plus y. What is x plus y? Print of x plus y. Print of x addition is comma x plus y. What is the output now? Addition is, so name is equal to Srinivas. What is the name now? So this is a variable creation. This is simple than JavaScript. Python is simple than JavaScript. There is no data type declaration. No need to specify int, char, float, string, all these things. Dynamic allocation. By the value it is taking the data type. So here name is equal to Srinivas. I'm actually giving the Srinivas value. Srinivas value is the type of string. Srinivas value is the type of string. So based on that, name is a type of string. So I want to check whether it is string or not. What is the type of the data? Type method. You can go for the type method. So type of name. What is the type of name? It is the type of str. It is the type of str. Type of x. What is the type of x? It is the type of integer. Weight is equal to something like now what is the weight now? Weight. So I need to give the type of weight. Type of, what is the type of weight? You can put. It's a type of float. It's a type of float. Let me give something like fruits is equal to array. I'll take apple. I'll take banana. I'll take orange. Now tell me type of fruits. List type, not array. Array in JavaScript, list in Python. Array in JavaScript, list in Python. Same concept. The kind of concept is collection of objects. Collection of similar or non-similar objects. In JavaScript, the concept is array. In Python, it is called list. Okay, let me take one more thing. Employee details. Employee details is equal to, I want to take an object. Inside this, I want to give the employee name. colon Srinivas, comma, employee salary, colon, something like 45,000. Now type of employee details, type of EMP underscore details. Now type of object, type of this is dictionary, DICT. This is the type of DICT, dictionary. Same concept in JavaScript, same concept in JavaScript, object, same concept in JavaScript, this one. This is available in JavaScript as array. This is available in JavaScript as object, similar to JavaScript. Python is similar to JavaScript, but simpler than JavaScript. Similar to JavaScript, simpler than JavaScript. You are learning JavaScript in the part of front end, you are learning Python as a part of back end. So programming is simple. The thing is, you need to understand the pattern of the program, how to write programming, how to write concepts. You have to define with the JavaScript syntaxes, you have to define with the Python syntaxes parallelly in the one page. You take one page, you write concepts of JavaScript one side, concepts of Python one side. You can easily understand the differences between this and that. Okay, so this is the one tool, guys. This is the one editor, and this is called command line integration. Command line integration. But every time I need to give enter, I'm writing a line, I'm writing code. Every time I need to give enter. That is the problem with the command line. Command line only for practice, not in the real time. Command line only for practice Python, not in the real time. But what about the real time? Real time, better you can go with any one of the IDE. Any one of the IDE. So let me go with IDE called Python batch mode. Same ideally batch mode. So create a new file using with the file. Create a new file here. This file is going to be something like save as file, save as file.py. File save as file.py. So the name of the file is file.py. .py is extension for the Python files. .html is extension for the HTML files. .css extension for the CSS files. .js extension for the JavaScript files. At the same time, .py is the extension for the Python files. So file.py, enough, enter. I got created some file py. So now I need to write something. Employee ID is equal to 1001. Employee name is equal to something like something like Srinivas. Employee salary is equal to 45,000. I want to print all these things. Print of employee ID. First one is print of employee ID. Second one is print of employee name. Third one is print of employee salary. That's all enough. I written some code for Python. I written simple code, very simple code, just declaring 3 variables and executing, printing all the variables. That's it. Very simple concept. Today you have to do execute all the Python, whatever I'm telling to you, in your laptops. Install Python, install editors, try to do execute with all editors. The first editor I'm going with ideally, second editor I'm going with ideally bash mode. Bash mode is file format should be saved with .py format. Okay, now I need to execute this. How to execute this? There is the run option. Go to run option and click on this run module or F5. If you have F5, you can click on F5. Run module. I click on run module. I got output 1001. Srinivas 45,000. This is the first kind of editor. Ideally, command mode, bash mode. Command mode is line by line execution. Bash mode is single time execution. Bash mode is what? Single time execution. Suppose I want to make it add some more code in here. you can able to add some more code. Suppose I'm good now. I'm good now with Python. I'm adding some more code here. I'm adding some more code here. I'm good in Python now. After writing some concepts, I'm good in Python. Then click on run module. If you write the first program, if you're executing the first program, automatically you people get confidence. If you're writing first program, if you're executing the first program, okay, I was the Python developer. I know Python. You can say, I know Python, but I'm not master in Python. When you be master in the Python, you are learning different type of concepts, then you are master in Python. Just you say, I know Python. I'm learning Python. That's okay. Now, what is the output now, guys? I'm good in Python. So that is what actually I'm writing with the IDLE, with command line mode, with the bash mode. I'm just closing the complete IDLE. Now I need to go for the Sublime Text. The second editor, text editor is Sublime Text. Sublime Text, first of all, you need to save the file as, save as file.py already there. Now file1.py. File1.py. Just careful. Dot extension careful. File1.py. Concept is same. You need to write again. Let me write something. Print hello. Print hello Python. Can I write print hello Python? Name is equal to something like Srinivas. Print name is name. That's enough. Just 2 lines. Now what do you need to do? Go to tools. Go to build. In Sublime Text there is an option called tools option. In Sublime Text there is an option called tools option. Go to tools. Go to build. You have to get out. Hello Python. Name is. When you install Python in your machine, then only these executions will come. If you're not installing Python in your machine, all these executions you can't able to find. Sublime Text automatically recognized Python is available in your machine or not. Why? Because that tools build option need to become. Automatically editors are getting built by your installation of Python. Ideally will be executed with your Python installation. Sublime Text will be executed with your installation of Python. Okay, 2 editors done. One editor is IDLE, command line mode, bash mode. One more editor is Sublime Text. Good. The next editor I want to go. Let me copy the code. Every time I need to take same code. Let me go with Atom. I have Atom editor. Atom is good editor. There also you can do the Python code. Okay, Atom. Save. Save as file2.py. File2.py. So now this is what actually your Python code is. And where in Atom, how to execute this? There is a run option available. I did not check any time Atom. Atom.
This conference will now be recorded.
Download PyCharm and go to the PyCharm. Download PyCharm and professional version, community version. Professional version, trial version you have to go for, but you can go for the community version. Community version is the open source. Community version is open source. You can download the community version. Just download the community version. So thank you for downloading. So it is asking me save on top of desktop. Just save please. And PyCharm is going to be downloading for me now. Can you see? And how to execute Python code in Atom? How to execute Python code in Atom? Command
I.
Yes, command I. Atom. So this is Atom. Print hello Python and save it as file2.py. File2.py, and here we need to give the command I. Command I is the execution. There you can see the code. And coming to this, PyCharm downloaded. Just try to install PyCharm. Opening PyCharm community version. Next. So drag to applications, click on open, and PyCharm is going to be opening for us. This is the official web IDE. Sorry, this is the official Python IDE. Install. So don't go for the professional version. Don't install professional version. This is the free trial. Go with the community version. Community version is the free app. So it is asking me confirm the tools, continue, and so PyCharm got opened. Welcome to PyCharm. So what I want to do now, I need to create a new project here. File, new file. The project you have to go and create. First of all, you need to create a project, a new project. So desktop, what is our folder? Desktop 1130 Python 4x1 and open, and virtual environment it is going to be creating, and click on create. Loading project. Now inside this I want to go and create a files. So already some files are there. I want to create a new file now. How to create new file? I want to create a new file inside the folder. New Python file. Right click on this virtual environment. Right click on this new Python file. So file name is file4.py. So file 4 is enough. Automatically py is giving. So this is the file we got. I need to write again printf hello Python. Okay, that's it. Now we need to click on play button. Where is the play button? We have the play button basically. Okay, let me go with the run file. So what is the output, guys? Hello Python. We got the output hello Python. So this is the one more editor. This is the PyCharm editor. If you want, you can go with the PyCharm editor. And the one more thing, we want to go with Sublime Text. We know Sublime Text, right? Open new file, and I will write save it as file 5 by file 4 3 file3.py. File3 dot అది వేరేది virtual environment. That is file3.py. Next print of hello Python. So let me execute this. If you want to go with the recommended installation, so it is asking me, please install one plugin called Python plugin. Install one plugin, Python plugin. Now it is installing Python from Microsoft. So installed. Now go to the file. Now go to the file and click on run button. Start debugging. Python extensions now includes the pylons to improve the completions, code navigations, overall performances. Okay. And click on run button. Run debug. Okay, we got the output. What is the output now, guys? Hello? Visual Studio Code. In Visual Studio Code, we need to install an extension called Python extension. So whenever you have the extension, then only you can able to run the Python code. So you have the run option here. You have the run option here. You can go with the run option. Open the command line, open terminal, new terminal, and there you can run the Python code by the run option. Start debugging. Command R. Okay, we got hello Python. We got hello Python. So this is one more thing, Visual Studio Code. And the last one is Anaconda Navigator. So Anaconda Navigator we will see in the next class tomorrow.